We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go. Hi everybody, I'm Sophie, he's Mike, and she's Brenda, and welcome to On the Road with Mickey. If you're returning for another adventure with us, welcome back. We are so glad you have returned safely. And if this is your first episode with us and you're new here, welcome. It's so nice to meet you, and I'm going to show you the reins today. First up, we have our Cheddar from the Big Cheese, which is basically our Disney news snippets. And then after that, we have our feature topic, which is what we talk about for most of the episode. And then after that, we have our This Day in Disney History, brought to you by me. And after that is our game of Who's Who, and that is brought to you by Mike, my dad. Oh, fair warning, I'm almost never wrong when it comes to this game. I almost always win it. And then after that, Brenda will be giving us a quote from the big man himself, Walt Disney, and it's just going to be amazing. So buckle up, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the car at all times. Make sure you're safe, fasten your seatbelts, all that good stuff, and we will see you on the road. It's time to get going. Let's go!
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Miss Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu. Say hi, Grogu. Give everyone a fist bump. Give Sophie a fist bump.
We're good.
And we're on the road with Mickey. This is episode 100 of On the Road to Mickey. On the Road with Mickey.
Yay!
And our air date is December 13th, 2021. And our feature topic is obviously the 100th episode of On the Road with Mickey. We are so excited. And we're so excited that you all have joined us.
Yes.
But just like always, it's not an episode of On the Road with Mickey without some cheddar from the Big Cheese, right?
Yep.
That's right.
And
So,
I'm
Sophie,
excited for this one.
You take it away. You start us off.
All right, and I know my mom is going to be extremely happy about this because she's the one who knew about it before I did. Because over at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, guests woke up to find a gingerbread baby giraffe in the lobby. And I'm pretty sure it's a life-size baby giraffe, which means it's like 6 feet tall or something. And
take a look at it.
Yeah, my dad has a photo of it. It does not look
Oh,
like a gingerbread thing. It looks like a real giraffe to me.
it does, doesn't it?
does.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
And in addition to the display, you can get a gingerbread giraffe cookie with milk chocolate buttercream filling to go along with it, and the price is $4.99. I would be buying one for each of us, Daddy, let me tell you.
And one for
Yeah.
Grogu.
I think that's
You
worth
know.
the trip just to get a cookie.
Grogu can
Grogu's
share
like-
with me.
He's like, I need my own.
No, you don't, buddy. You are way too small. That thing is as big as you are.
Yeah.
Well, guess what happened over at Disneyland?
Guess
What?
what?
Disney Genie, Genie Plus, and Lightning Lane came to Disneyland Resort on December 8th. Keep
Wow.
in mind that Genie Plus costs $20 per ticket per day at Disneyland, whereas at Walt Disney World, it's $15 per ticket per day plus tax.
Mm-hmm.
Also at Disneyland, the It's a Small World holiday overlay returned for the holidays.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm excited
I've
about
never
I
that.
love that. It's so pretty.
Oh,
Very
wow.
pretty.
I've not seen the It's a Small World with the holiday overlay.
Yeah, you have a photo of that, Mike?
I don't
You have to look it up,
Unfortunately-
Sophie. It's really cool.
Yeah, Sophie, Google photo. If you want to share it, then feel free.
Holiday 2020.
And I'll read my
It's
refurbishment
really pretty.
news.
Awesome.
While she's looking that up. Splash Mountain at the Magic Kingdom is slated to be down for annual renovation from January 10th to February 10th, 2022, with a reopening date scheduled for February 11th. And in the last bit of refurbishment news that I have, and this is something that none of us need right now, but it's good to know it's there. The Baby Care Center at the Magic Kingdom has reopened with a new look. And you can find that between Casey's Corner and the Crystal Palace.
Nice.
I
You think
figured
this
I
is
would
just
be
the
the best
regular?
person to read that one, you know?
You think
Well,
this is
you
the
are a
regular
dad.
refurb at Splash Mountain, don't you?
Say it again.
You think this is the regular yearly January refurb, not a major rehaul? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Okay.
the regular January.
Plans are with like turning it into the bayou from Princess and the Frog, but I still don't know. They have not set a date for when that's gonna happen.
No, not at all.
Right.
Well, I did find the It's a Small World holiday overlay, Daddy, and just take a look at that.
Yay. Isn't it so
Oh, isn't
pretty?
that pretty?
That
It's
is
really
beautiful.
pretty.
Oh, look at the clock guy. He's got the
Yeah.
Santa hat on.
Oh, I love it.
That is
Adorable.
cool.
Yeah,
That
that
is
building
cool.
is normally white and gold, and it's, oh my gosh, with that overlay, it's just, it adds so much to it.
Oh yeah.
So
I
pretty.
love
And
both
my
versions
understanding,
of it.
you know, they had a flooding issue at It's a Small World a while back.
Ooh.
Like sometime in November. I don't remember exact dates, but and so normally it would have been reopened with the holiday overlay before now, but because of that, they had to
Oh
they had
wow,
to
they had
fix
work
it,
to do.
and evidently the cast members were hoofing it double time to get it up and running. So kudos to you
Good thing.
guys.
Yay.
Kudos cast members. Way to
It
go.
looks awesome.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're over in Disneyland, enjoy it and thank your cast members.
Yeah, they're the best.
They are the best.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, that is our cheddar from the big cheese. And it is time to see where our 100th episode of On the Road with Mickey will take us.
Yay.
I thought we would look back at some of our favorite episodes. I thought maybe we'd look forward just a little bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, and we can all look forward. And we also have some congratulatory wishes and a special song that I want to play that will definitely, if you don't hear it over our recording right now, you'll see it because I'm going to embed it into the video.
Great.
So it'll be part of so you'll be able to hear it and see it. But hopefully it'll work out well. But anyway, you know, Sophie and I started this on January 6th of 2020 was our first episode. And it was our introduction. And the whole idea behind it was to have a way to just talk Disney and keep people excited about, you know, their trip whenever that might be, or just to talk about little news and talk about what we like about the parks and everything like that. And especially with Sophie, with her going off to school. So it was a cool way for her and I to stay connected and you know, make sure she's doing okay.
It helped us get through the whole chaotic year that was 2020.
Yeah, because it wasn't very long before everything broke loose.
Yep. It was chaotic, but hey, you know what they say? Hindsight is 2020.
That's right.
And let's keep 2020 in hindsight and let's keep moving the other direction.
Exactly. So, you know, some of our first episodes were, you know, staying on property versus off property. What's your favorite restaurants? What What do you like at the Magic Kingdom? What do you like at Epcot? What do you like at Animal Kingdom? What do you like at Hollywood Studio? You know, all those sorts of things. Then there's one that would be probably on Brenda's list is what's your favorite Disney snacks?
Of course, that's on my list.
You know, but all of that was audio only. And you can go find it. It's on Apple, it's on Google, it's on Spotify, it's on iHeart, I think even. It's all over the place. You can find On the Road with Mickey. We have links for a lot of different places, and you can go to the website to find them. But all those episodes are out there, and you can feel free to listen to them. But what I like about it is it kind of shows us, Sophie and I, how we've been able to kind of tweak our approach a little bit, and we've gotten a little bit better, and things are a little bit more classy and everything like that. But one of my favorite episodes, and again, we like our food here, so what we did, episode 13, Sophie and I did this together. We came up with the perfect Disney meal. And that was an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and did we have a beverage, a favorite beverage or anything like that?
We did.
And you could get those, Brenda, anywhere at any park or resort. So your appetizer could be like, I don't know, cheese fries from Casey's Corner, I don't know. Or your entree could be the steak from Le Cellier, you know, and you could go all over to make that perfect Disney meal.
Nice.
So
we
that
did the
was
same thing with the perfect Disney day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we kind of went all over.
Exactly. And
that's perfect.
And that was another great one. But you know what? Episode 20 is when we went off the deep end and we started our videos. And the only reason we'd probably still be audio only to this day, right, Sophie?
Yeah.
The only reason we started is because episode 20, Brenda, was the episode when we invited, and he so graciously decided to come on our little podcast, and Yeehaw Bob was our guest.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he said, Mike, he sent me a message. He said, Mike, are we talking audio only or video? Just let me know, because I need to know. And I said to him, we've never done any video, but let's do video. That's what we did.
What a great reason to start, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that was awesome. You know, that was awesome. And in fact, I'm going to segue a moment here. Mm-hmm. And I am going to share a video of the song that Yeehaw Bob did. So hang on one second. All right. I hope you all can hear this. And like I said, it'll be in the embedded into the video, so you'll be able to see it. So here we go.
With Mickey podcast, we love you. On the road with Mickey podcast, we love you. On the road with Mickey podcast, it's true. On the road with Mickey, I love you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, Bob.
It's my pleasure.
What a great guy.
Yes, he absolutely is. And I don't know if y'all could hear it or not, but
I heard it.
If we did an episode on Disney treasures, he would be right up there.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that sounds like a title we're having. Ooh. So this is not just the 100th episode of On the Road with Mickey. This is our episode brainstorming episode as well.
Yep, we got to remember all the stuff we did so we know what not to do again.
That's right.
Even though we've already been doing all of it over and over again. That's the thing about Disney. You can repeat yourself 10 times over and you'll never run out of stuff to talk about.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
And it's
right.
ever changing, so it's always going to be that way.
Yep. Okay, well, can I talk now, please?
Yes, you can talk.
Yeah, I was scrolling through the list, and I'll be honest, 15 minutes before we started this, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. But just reading through this list again, it just brings back so many memories, because for most of these, I can remember some of the things that I said in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I remember the most, and I'm pretty sure this is the one where we got Grogu onto the scene, and that was in our Walt Disney World recaps, episode 29 and 30. Yep, I was right. Oh my gosh, the story behind that trip. You guys probably remember this, but I didn't talk about it nearly as much as I wanted to in the podcast at the time, but we were set to go to Disney World in late March of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 days before our trip, the parks closed. And I'm quoting my mother on this. She said, "I've never seen two sadder faces than when I told them that the parks were closed."
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
The whole world cried. I mean, that's our world, our Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, and that was, I believe that was around episode 15, because that one says when I finally go to Disney, it was definitely around that time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Episode 11 is when we really covered it. And
Yeah.
that was when Disney plans change.
Yeah.
That's when it closed. And it was like mid-March. I think we were supposed to get there March 13th and they closed on March 11th or something like that.
Yeah.
It was
Horrible. Horrible.
Anyway, it was what it was. Keep going, Sophie.
And then about 20 episodes later, it all worked out. We got to go there, and that's when Grogu came onto the set. And, well, I'm just happy for that time, because I'm glad that we were able to go back. Because honestly, I don't think, if we never went back to Disney, I don't think we'd be where we were today. We might be, I don't know. Especially with the podcast, I mean.
Yeah.
Because then Disney would still be closed. We wouldn't have the 50th anniversary to be talking about. We wouldn't have any of that.
Mm-hmm. But you know what?
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the things I'm most proud of with On the Road with Mickey is being able to record during the closure and still be able to talk Disney and still be able, even though a lot of the news was negative, they're still closed, this is not opening, this is not going on, but we were able to bring some of the things that were going on, and specifically like the flag ceremony. They still did the flag ceremony to an empty park every single day of the closure, and that to me was incredible, because that just showed that it's not just a place to go have fun. There is something else that happens there. There's magic, and there is history, and there is love of country and everything all rolled up into that. And so, and I'm glad that we were able to help people through the pandemic with our show,
Absolutely.
So that to me is something I'll always be proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and keeping Disney alive at home. A lot of us had to rely on incorporating things into our home life to keep Disney alive. I mean, it was heartbreaking, So
Yep.
it was fun to start some new things. So that's good.
Yeah.
And you know what I think I wanted to start while I was at home and away from Disney? I think I
What?
wanted to start using, my dad got a cookbook for Christmas. I think it was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the official Walt Disney World recipe book.
Yeah.
And I found I just flipped to a random page in that book. And you know what the recipe on it was?
What?
It was the Disneyland churros.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
I should have made those. I
Yeah.
bet they would have tasted awesome. And you know what? I have to wonder if my Monte Cristo sandwich is in that book too.
I'll
You
bet
still
you it
can
is.
make it. There's no time limit.
Yeah.
You still can do it.
Yeah, I know. But right now I'm focusing on Christmas, so maybe later.
Yeah.
Churros at
Anytime you want.
Christmas. Churros at Christmas. Can't go wrong. Just saying.
The leche, some whipped cream. Bueno.
There you
I
go.
know. Well, and I'm going to let Brenda talk at some point, but you know what? If I'm not mistaken, Brenda joined us for her first episode as a guest host on
Episode
episode.
54.
No, that wasn't her first one.
Really?
Episode 28.
Really?
Top 10 character lists with Brenda.
Ah,
She
I
was in
remember
her
that.
home office and we went through our top 10 lists, and I was watching just a little bit of it, and Brenda said, Mulan is on my list. I don't remember what number, and I don't know why she's a Disney princess. And Sophie said, here's why. And Sophie told you exactly why.
That's right. I remember that. That's
Yep.
right.
She's a
And-
Disney princess because her movie did well in the box office, and she has an animal companion, and she has a character arc in which she learns a greater virtue about herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was very good information.
Mhm.
So that, if I'm correct, that was the first episode Brenda joined us on.
I think so.
So, top 10 character list with Brenda.
Yay.
So that is a highlight for me.
Thank y'all for having me.
Of
Yeah.
course. I was actually about to talk about episode 54 and onward,
Okay.
because that's when Miss Brenda officially joined us, and ever since then she's been making me smile.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm gonna keep you.
I love you, Miss Brenda.
I love you right back.
Wait, remember that time when I used to call you Aunt Brenda? Why did I stop doing that?
I don't
I don't know.
know. I was demoted.
No, you're not demoted. No. All right.
You can
Well,
always call me Aunt Brenda.
episodes 54, 55, and 56. Talk about it, Sophie.
Well, see, that's the reason why I wanted to talk about it, because it was with Miss Brenda. I loved the 9 Old Men series that we did.
And that was those 3 episodes.
Yep, even though I preferred your choices over mine. Sorry. You guys got the good ones, and I love Oob Iwerks. I love him, but I made his story extremely sad, and he is more than just a sad story.
Yeah.
He is truly a lot, isn't he?
Yeah.
Truly another Disney treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, Sophie. It was after that episode that, after the third one, that we asked Brenda, no pressure, right on air, said, Brenda, do you want to join us every week? And I'm just still grateful that she didn't say, no, that's okay. I don't think the show's going anywhere.
Oh no, it was a wonderful surprise. I don't know what my face looked like. I don't remember. I'm sure it was awe and shock, and yeah.
No matter what expression you have on your face, Miss Brenda, you still look beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
It was a very, very special day, though. It was very special to my heart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome for us too. It's just the start, you know? Since that day, we've had some really good ones. We've talked about Disney memories. We've talked about and these are the ones that really hit home for me is like our episode when Disney goes above and beyond,
Yeah.
you know? And you know what? I'm taking it and reading it back into a little bit because you talked about how Disney goes above and beyond, Brenda. Um, but you know what?
What?
Last week, when we talked about the Disney community, you know who went above and beyond?
Ooh.
Brenda went above and beyond. And she bought cocoa for her friends that she just met in waiting for the enchantment. She bought cocoa for her friends, her new friends, and they had met new friends, and so they shared cocoa. So Disney going above and beyond meant Brenda went above and beyond, which meant they all went above and beyond. You
And
know?
so it continues, doesn't it? Because it's in our
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah. So that was one of my favorite episodes. You know?
I honestly think that Billy's Closet of Magic would absolutely love you, Miss Brenda. I know that
Aw.
they already know about you through the podcast, but I think, is she in the Billy's Closet Facebook group, Daddy?
I
No?
don't You need to join, Brenda.
Yeah.
It's really a lot of fun.
They
Awesome.
would love
I'll
you.
send you the link, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not as active on social media as,
No, it's a little
me and
bit.
technology, we're friends.
Yeah.
But it's all of this is just to me it's just neat that we have this technology and we have this ability to connect up, hundreds of miles from each other. Well, not Sophie and I, we're like
Y'all are pretty
7 miles
close.
from each other.
Daddy,
But there
we're
was a point
hundreds-
when we weren't, though.
Yeah,
When
we were hundreds of miles
he
from
was
each other.
619 miles away from us at one point.
619? Hey, that's my birthday.
Yeah, it sure
Hey,
is your
that's pretty
birthday,
cool.
isn't it?
Pretty
Well,
cool.
And Brenda is probably 1,000 miles from us right now. I don't know exactly how far it is to get down to southern Texas, but
We pretty far downhill.
so yeah. But all this is happening because of technology and being able to record and being able to process it and be able to get it on the internet and have people listening is just really, really a lot of fun for me from a tech guy and also from a Disney guy. It's just a lot of fun. So I'm glad we've been able to do that. And I think we've had some really cool podcast episodes. And one of my favorites, coming back to it a little bit, better at Disneyland or better at Walt Disney World. That was fun because I put you two on the spot. You
Yes,
didn't have
you
to
did.
prepare anything. All you had to do was say it's better over there or it's better over here.
I kind of like those non-prepare episodes. Those are just like
oh yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Easy. Maybe I ought to try that sometime.
You come
Let you guys
questions?
kick back and let me do all the heavy lifting.
Okay.
It was really fun, wasn't it, Sophie?
Oh yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of one right now.
Don't know. Have our listeners write in some ideas about it.
Yeah, write some
That's
ideas.
one of my favorite parts of it.
Except for reminiscing. Sophie has no thoughts. Head empty. Only nostalgia.
One of my favorite things about the podcast in general is, this bond that connects all of us Disney fans. And when people like write in on a comment or anything about, it's like a memory they share. And I love that because
Yeah, I do
that's the
too.
thing that connects us all. We know exactly what they're talking about. They can't tell just anybody out on the street about that thing and have them know what you're talking about.
Right. Exactly.
But we know each other. All of us who are listening and all of us who are here, we know each other. We get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do get it, and that's what makes the Disney community so cool.
Yeah.
So, and that's what's going to draw us forward into the next 100 episodes.
Yeah.
It's going to be talking about, this or that, or, one of my Facebook friends has a great idea, and I kind of drained out of this brain a little bit, but I've remembered it back. And one of the things that we might talk about, and it might be heavier on Brenda and I, but Sophie can use her imagination and come up with your thoughts on what your day would be on a solo Disney trip. What it would look like.
Ooh.
When it's just you enjoying the parks. What's on your list? What are you doing?
Oh boy. Sorry, Daddy. When I move back to Florida, this is going to be happening.
Yeah. But until then, start your mind thinking about it. And maybe we'll talk about it in the next few episodes. Maybe we'll bring it up,
Okay.
So start thinking about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I wanted to look back at some of our favorites, and looking forward, it really all comes down to the idea of just keeping alive, in my mind anyway, all that Disney means for us. That's what we're looking forward to do. Is we are absolutely keeping alive Walt's legacy. And this is December 13th, and we have our This Day in Disney History for December 13th, but we're only a couple days also from an anniversary. Not an anniversary we want, but it's one that we have anyway. And so, in that, I'm going to touch on as well. But before I close this part out, because I don't know if there's anything else that you guys want to add towards the 100th episode, or if there's anything else we need to talk about, or if we covered it all. But if before we close it out, I want to share a video from our friends Billy and Chris and Chrissy and all of them over at Billy's Closet of Magic. So hang on one second, and I hope you guys can hear it. And
I heard it last night, and it just warmed my heart.
Yeah. So here we go.
Okay. You ready? Okay. So, from Billy, myself, the Angels, and Ohana Afika, this is to Mike, Sophie, and Brenda. Congratulations on your 100th podcast of On the Road with Mickey. Pretty awesome, I must say. Here's to the next 100 and more. Congratulations, guys.
I love that so much. Thank you so much.
And now Grogu's wearing his ears because whenever he sees Billy, he's made it a point to wear his ears.
That's right.
So cute. He is so cute.
You okay, Brenda?
Yes, that was very sweet.
It was. And
he's at the park, and I'm not.
At the park, and it was awesome. And Chrissy messaged me, and she's like, here's a little something from Billy and Chris. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't know what it was. And then I played it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then she told me the backstory. And that was another one of our favorites. One of my favorites was our favorite Disney backstories.
Yeah.
And our favorite Disney pre-shows. Those went hand in hand a little bit. But she said that they wanted to send that to us, and they wanted to get to the parks, and she had a snafu with her annual pass, But Disney, and this is Disney, and see, it all ties together. Just Disney going above and beyond.
Yes.
They comped her a day so she
Wonderful.
could get in when she had this snafu with her annual pass, and they were able to do that for us. So they were at the parks, and
Nice. So
they were
nice.
able to record that and send it over to us, and and
That's wonderful.
it was just incredible, and it was
Thank you so
something none of us
much.
expected, and
Yeah.
and I love it. I love that they said Mike, Sophie, and Brenda.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much. What a
You
sweet
know,
thing to do.
yeah. So that's the Disney community. That's
Yes.
Ohana. So right there.
Yep, that's for
So.
sure.
But anyway, I am going to close this out now
Yep.
for our feature topic, and I am going to turn it over to Sophie for this day in Disney history for December 13th.
And I have two very significant dates for today.
Yay.
Yes. And this first one is extremely happy, and I think you guys are going to love it. But in 1925, on December 13th, the Emmy award-winning actor Dick Van Dyke, best known to Disney fans as Bert the Cockney Chimney Sweep in the 1964 musical feature Mary Poppins, is born in West Plains, Missouri.
Yay!
Yes.
Yep.
Another Disney treasure. My goodness, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yep. Van Dyke received a Grammy Award in 1964 along with Julie Andrews for his performance on the soundtrack to Mary Poppins. He hosted such TV specials as Florida's Disney Decade in 1981, Donald Duck's 50th birthday in 1984, and Walt, the Man Behind the Myth in 2001. Van Dyke's Disney credits also include the features Dick Tracy, Lieutenant Robin Crusoe, U.S. Navy, and Never Dull a Moment version. Oh, he also took part in Disneyland's annual Christmas candlelight procession, in particular Disneyland's 1965 version, the last candlelight ceremony that Walt Disney himself attended. A fan of barbershop quartets, Dick Van Dyke also has his own singing group, the Vantastics, who performed at the 2011 D23 Expo with a career spanning 6 decades. Fans know Van Dyke as Rob Petrie from the 1960s TV comedy series The Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I can't keep reading all this. This is so much.
Correctus Potts.
I don't know if you've seen him
Correctus
lately,
Potts.
but let me tell you, he is very, very fit. Physically fit.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the Jack LaLanne guy.
Yeah.
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 Right. Well, that's enough about Dick Van Dyke. Sorry there, buddy. And
So
then
you said he was born in 1925, so he's 75, he's 96.
yeah.
And he is in better physical health than I am by far.
Oh boy, it's amazing what they can do to stay alive so long. I don't know how. All right, and then this one is sadly a little bit sadder. Well, very much sadder. In 1966, December 13th, Walt's wife, Lily, writes his annual birthday letter to his sister, Ruth. Her opening words include, "As you have probably surmised, things have been a little irregular around here with Walt being ill, and so your birthday remembrance from him is a little late. I know it comes with his best wishes that your day was a nice one, and the hope that you will find something special to get for yourself with this check." Lily writes of her daughters and grandchildren, and assures Ruth that her brother will write as soon as he is back in the office. But unfortunately, Walt will pass 2 days later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to touch on that.
Yeah?
So I included a section remembering Walt, December 15th, 1966.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read from that day for this day in Disney history. It was a Thursday. Walter Elias Disney passes away at St. Joseph's Hospital of acute circulatory collapse just 10 days after his 65th birthday. When the news of Walt's death reaches Disneyland in Anaheim, consideration is given to closing the park for the day, but instead it is kept open as Walt would have wanted. But the flags on Main Street, USA are lowered to half-mast. Mr. Disney will be cremated 2 days later. His 74-year-old brother, Roy O. Disney, will postpone his planned retirement and start construction in Florida on Walt's latest project, Disney World. And Mark Davis said, I was in my office at the studio. One of the men whose sister was a nurse at St. Joseph's Hospital across the street from the studio called to say that Walt Disney had just died. It was a shocker. And then Disneyland ambassador Connie Swanson Lane said, it was like losing a family member. Very difficult. Most of us stayed at work because that's what Walt would have wanted us to do. The flag was lowered at half-mast. It was very, very hard, and I stood at Town Square for the retreat that night until the flag was totally lowered. It was my way of saying goodbye. And then lastly, on the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite, commentator Eric Severide states this about Mr. Disney. He was a happy accident, one of the happiest this century has experienced. And judging by the way it's behaving, in spite of all Disney tried to tell it about laughter, love, children, puppies, and sunrises, the century hardly deserved him.
Sure.
Are you okay, Daddy?
Yeah, I'm okay. And then lastly, that evening, Disneyland's Fantasy on Parade, which is a special presentation for the holiday season, steps off for the first time. An unusually cold night for Anaheim. A somber Disneyland experiences a light snow. And I thought, how incredible is that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So,
How incredible was that? You know, one of the longtime employees at Disneyland, I just happened to read this again this morning, which is funny, but his name was Ray. It's Sidejas. Sedejas, you think? Sedejas, maybe? Anyway, he was quoted in one of the books I have that he says, when Walt made eye contact with you, he truly made eye contact.
mm-hmm.
I wish we could have all experienced that, but
Yeah,
unfortunately
tell me
our
about it,
timing
right?
was not meant to be. So,
Mm-mm.
but you know, there's so many people out here that just live our lives trying to keep his legacy alive. And
Yeah.
it seems like sometimes we're fighting against the tide to the extreme, but we will keep doing it.
Yep.
Always. We will keep doing it till our last breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but that's why we have our podcast.
Yep.
We celebrate Walt.
Yep.
You know, maybe we should change the name. Celebrating Walt. It's probably already taken. Just saying.
You know, but that is what we do. So,
yeah.
Yep.
And that's what we'll keep doing. So, all right, Brenda, you're our closer today.
well, are you not stumping Soph today?
Oh my gosh, I am stumping Soph.
Oh,
Just
God.
because it's
That
under,
part.
evidently Mike's brain has gone on hiatus. So
Oh, no, your brain has not gone on hiatus. You're just busy remembering the important things.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I should have said
Okay.
I'm trying to stump the Soph today because we
Oh
all
yeah.
know it's not
We
going to
all
happen.
know it's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me get my peepers
Oh, here
on.
we go.
And I have no expectations, like you said, Brenda. I have
Exactly.
no expectation of stumping Sophie anymore.
No.
I never expect it, and I will never ever expect it again. I might stump Grogu with this one. If he doesn't answer, then, if he doesn't speak a word, then maybe I'm stumping him every week.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Grogu. I know you're more competent than that.
This character is a big fan of laughter, chocolate cake, and spinning until you get crazy dizzy and fall over.
Okay.
This character sees life's challenges as opportunities
Hmm.
and the sad bits as hiccups on the way back to something great.
One more.
This character exudes, it's not the way it's written, but this character exudes hope and optimism.
At first, I was thinking it was the Mad Hatter, but now I'm.
It's not the Mad Hatter.
Daddy, I think you stumped me.
Ooh. I'll give you one more to see if you can pull it out.
Okay.
Let's see here. This character wants her person to be happy. And if I said the person's name, it would be a dead giveaway.
Joy.
Exactly.
From inside.
Very good.
From inside out.
Yay!
That was tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Good
You
job,
said chocolate
Sophie.
cake and my mind went dumb. I couldn't get past chocolate cake because now I want that.
Yeah. For me, it took me a while because I was like the chocolate cake, and then you said her person. I was like, it can't be Lady from Lady and the Tramp. Dogs can't eat chocolate.
Yeah, that's true. I had
Very
some
good, Sophie.
Thank
job,
you.
Sophie. That one took a little work, so
Yeah.
I'm excited that I made her work for it.
Very good.
I'm excited
She still
that you
got you
also
though.
stumped me.
Still can't stump her.
Joy is the only emotion whose hair and eye color is not the same as her theme color. And if you notice, like anger is red, and his eyes are red, and his clothing is red, and his tie is red. So that's kind of cool. I didn't even think about that.
Me neither.
And during the development of the film, the emotions were all going to have human names. Over
Really?
time, the other emotions' names changed, leaving Joy as the only one with a name also used by humans. And Joy emits 4 light beams of different colors: blue, purple, white, and gold. The other emotions each emit only one color. And lastly, and this also almost became a clue, but I think it would have given it away. Joy's favorite island of personality is Goofball Island.
Yeah.
If I'd have said Goofball Island, you would have known Inside Out, and you would have known I was talking about an emotion.
Yeah.
And then it would have been connect the dots from there.
That's true. That's true.
So Joy.
Very good,
is
Sophie.
our Who's Who character.
Yay.
Daddy.
Good
Very
job.
good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yay.
Yeah.
And I can't believe we hadn't used her before.
Yeah. I don't think we've used any of the emotions, have we? Wow.
Very good. Very good. Well, you ready for another little bit of Walt?
Yeah,
I am ready for a lot of so talk to us, Brenda.
My operations are based on experience, thoughtful observation, and warm fellowship with my neighbors at home and around the world. Walt
Nice.
Disney.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a man.
What a man, you're right.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of y'all for starting this podcast all that time ago.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
thankful that you're here with us.
Yeah, I am too. I am too.
I am too.
It wouldn't be the same if you weren't with us, Brenda. We
Very
would have still been
grateful.
fine, but it still wouldn't have been the same. So it's really cool that you joined us.
Well,
And-
I was thinking of all those years, I didn't have an outlet to actually talk about Walt once a week. It's like, I didn't have, I mean, it's a wonderful gift.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we're glad that we are able to do it and to make it happen. It's really cool that we've been able to do this for as long as we have. So,
Yeah.
So thank you, Brenda, for
Thank you.
joining us. And thank you, Sophie, for starting this with me. And thank you, Grogu,
For being here
for being, the real star of the show. It's not me as much as I thought it was.
for
Really not me, is it?
no.
He's the,
Grogu gets a
we
spot.
call Mommy the silent partner, but really Grogu is silent partner.
Mommy's the silent boss.
And thank you to Yeehaw Bob for singing a song off the cuff like he did when we had him on back in episode 20. And thank you to Chris and Billy for their warm welcome and their congratulations. That blew us away, guys.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
I mean, we will never forget that. So
Very sweet.
everyone out there, go look up Billy's Closet of Magic. It
Yes.
is a group you want to be involved in. If you're on Facebook, you want to be involved in it. And it's just incredible. It really is a family over there.
Thank you to all of our listeners too, and please
Yeah.
keep writing in. And what's up for episode 101, Mike?
Episode 101 is going to air on December 20th, and it is Christmas at Disney.
Nice.
Do I get to talk about all my favorite Disney Christmas movies?
Yeah, go for it.
Yay!
It's open-ended. You can talk about Christmas movies at Disney. You can talk about the things you see at the parks that you really like.
Things you eat at the parks that you
the
really
things
like.
the parks that you really like. So have at it. I don't think there's a shortage of stuff to talk about when it comes to Christmas at Disney.
Yeah.
And I think what we will probably do is maybe also near the end of that episode also talk a little bit about some of the special things that you can do on New Year's Eve at the parks. What the fireworks shows will be and so forth. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's as much to talk about
There's not.
for a whole New Year's
No.
episode,
Uh,
but there's still some things that people want to know about. So
yeah.
Yay.
that's my thought on it. Anyway, we'll see if we get into that or not. But I am Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda, Grogu, and we thank you for watching us. We thank you for celebrating with us on 100 episodes and for joining us all this time. And we look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, have a great week. And we will see you on
See you
the
on the
road.
road.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.